I'd be curious to know, like, what brought you into the movement, and is there a lot of toxicity that still exists when people are pursuing this alpha type of lifestyle?
It's very interesting that we're taking this name alpha as a toxic thing. Okay, whatever the brand conveys. In the old days, the alpha is the egocentric, the controlling behavior, all these bad things. Let's put it this way. But with modern times, the alpha traits extremely changed. And the things that I believe, or the traits that I believe the alpha holds, is completely different from the old version. So let me give you a very quick umbrella overview of what an alpha means. The alpha is a person who lacks something that everybody has, which is the stop. We don't stop. We're obsessed in getting what we're after. That's an alpha. An alpha is the person who is fiercely determined, a person who takes the tough decisions. A lot of people they don't know how to make decisions. They're afraid to make decisions. An alpha is the person who makes the tough decisions. He takes care of the loved ones. He's responsible. He's impactful. These are all the traits of the modern alpha, not the controlling behavior and. But Jason, if you tell me that to achieve all these traits or have all these traits, you will be perceived as selfish. Okay, you see it this way, but it's not. It's I'm on a mission to, or obsession to get something. So that's a modern alpha.
I find that this is one of the parts that makes people hesitate towards embracing that kind of mentality is almost this fear of judgment that people
Mhm.
will perceive them as selfish. But what you speak about is something I'm witnessing with other people I work with, where taking responsibility, making those kinds of decisions is not a trait that I see in most people, and I feel like the world needs it more than ever. What are some of the dysfunctions you're seeing in the way that we operate as society because nobody's embracing this quality?
True, like I see a lot of people, they lack leadership. They love following. And that's with the social media all around. You can't take the step forward and lead your destiny. Let's put it this way: lead your journey. Your majority of the people are following people for their journey. Like, excuse me, that's your. You need to take control of your destiny at the end of the day. So that's a dysfunction that I see. Lack of responsibility of taking decisions. Jason, that's a disaster. People are asking people opinion for the simplest decision to make. So all these dysfunctions that I see, we need to have more alphas. I mean, a man and a female, like a man and a woman. So being an alpha is not only a man thing; it's feminine as well. When people tell me, "Okay, do you want an alpha woman?" Yes, an alpha woman. An alpha woman means that you're alpha outside of home. You're alpha with your career. You're alpha with your journey. But inside of home, the feminine side comes out. So it's a man and a female thing. How you play the cards, it depends on the situation.
Yeah. I mean, I think you need both of those energies based on the circumstances. But when you're talking about, I hear a lot of the statements being, we live in a man's world, right? But it's almost like you can't alter that. There is competition. There is success that needs to be earned. There is, a competitive landscape that you need to navigate. And a
True.
lot of those masculine qualities is what you need to function in that space. But I'd be curious just to show the other side of the coin. You talked about the old definition of alpha.
Yeah.
If I wanted to kind of dig into that, because if, say, I want to embrace these leadership qualities, there must be ways that you go about it incorrectly, that could be an embodiment of the things that could be more toxic. What are some of the things you should avoid if you're going to embrace this, or you should be careful for, so you're not doing it in the incorrect way?
Jason, and I passed through this path as well. I grew in corporate ladder very fast, super fast. And one of the drawbacks of this, because I was young and I reached CMO position when I was in early 30s, and my ego took over. Okay, absolutely blinded me like crazy. So one of the things that people need to take care of is the ego. There is a borderline between you have confidence and you go beyond that and become an egocentric, selfish. You don't see. besides you. You don't see beyond your opinions, and this is the time when you start to fall, and that's
Mm.
considered an alpha, the old version. So when you don't hear people's opinion, you don't get feedback, you don't like the point when you cross the ego point and you become extremely egocentric. One of the things that I faced, that I stopped or I neglected the people who helped me to grow. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
the people that
Mhm.
supported me to grow, the people, their feedback and their mentorship and they supported me to grow, but my ego blinded me to a level that I stopped. Like, who the hell are you to give me an advice?
Oh.
So one of the things is the ego. Take care of the ego. The second thing also, because it all relates, when your ego jumps in, you stop learning because you think that you know everything. You understand? Like I stopped learning, so like, okay, I know it all. I'm good at it. So you start even losing the learning part, not getting feedback from your close circle. So you start to deteriorate.
I experienced something similar in my 20s, and I have to go back to the time when I was working at Mind Valley. And
Mm,
it's interesting because we were selling personal growth products,
yeah.
and I was selling them. I wasn't consuming them. I thought, "Oh, look at me. I'm a healthy person. I don't need these. This is for broken people." But lucky for them, oh me, I get to market it and sell it to them so I can help the world, only to realize that I was the biggest hypocrite.
True.
And
True.
I was the one who needed that stuff the most. And I had it come and slap me in the face with some like really bad life decisions I made at the time that sabotaged my relationships. And I feel like I've went down there, and if I didn't keep it in check, I feel like the universe will put you in check if you don't naturally do it. Thank you so much for listening to the Selling with Love podcast. We have some previous episodes you can tune into right here. And if you prefer the short form content where you get to the point in under 10 minutes, we do have a ton of clips from our best episodes that are being shared on this channel as well. So pick which one supports you the most. And of course, thank you for liking, subscribing, and of course, selling with love.